Thank you for watching FXCap. Today I'm going to talk about the London session and what happens during London market hours. And if you ever got into trade, maybe a little bit too early or a little bit too late, make sure to watch this video all the way until the end. Alright guys, today I'm going to talk about London session breakout, which is what happens every single day about noon or 3 a.m. Eastern time, noon Pacific time. For me it's noon because I live on the west coast here in the States, and I want to show you first something that is very important to understand, that the markets are mainly moved by emotions, which are fear and greed. That's, nobody can argue with that. That's something that everybody knows, but not everybody understands why and exactly what happens. So I'm gonna give you an example here of one graphic. This is the graphic right here, and this graphic actually doesn't have anything to do with the markets. This graph I found on this website right here, and this is actually a phases of disaster and what happens between, during, and after disaster with human emotions. It has nothing to do with the markets, but actually does a lot, as I'm gonna explain you right now. So as you see here, you have a couple of phases. You have the pre-disaster, the impact, heroic honeymoon, and disillusionment, if I pronounce this correct, and reconstruction at the end. And now if you look at this move that your emotions make, this is the exact same thing printed on the chart right here. You have the pre-disaster, the impact, the heroic honeymoon, disillusionment, and this will be recovery. Obviously we don't really gonna talk about that. You can find this exact same pattern all over the charts, and I'm gonna give you a couple of examples, but so you can see it better. This is how it starts. It goes up, it goes down, and there's the recovery. Actually this move has a couple of variations, but this is the most, that's the exact one-to-one with this chart. And this one, you've probably seen this chart if you ever googled market emotion cycle, which is kind of the same thing. You have this curve, but a little bit more, I don't know, like broad, if I can say. So what happens here? Now, I already made a video about Asian sessions, so if you haven't watched that, I'm gonna have a link in the description below. Please watch that to understand what happens during Asian session hours. And this box right here represents Asian session or a range. Now, Asian session is very important because it gives you kind of like an idea how can you structure your trades based off where the price goes from the Asian session, if it's gonna go up or down first. And I'm gonna explain you exactly why. So I've marked, this is the previous 2 weeks, so I marked every single Asian session with a box and what happened when the price came out. Like the first arrow out of the box is the London session, and then is the New York session after that. So as you can see, there is a London session breakout and a reversal New York session. Breakout, reversal, breakout, reversal, and this is just gonna keep happening every single day. That's why my advice was, don't even try to trade the Asian session, just observe what happens and when the price is going to go from that range. And this is for Euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar CAD, dollar Swiss. The other pairs are not that much relevant because dollar yen, it's trading during Asian session and there is no consolidation like you can see on those pairs. So if you want to backtest this, just try to look at dollar Swiss or dollar CAD or Euro dollar. These pairs usually have the same movement according to the dollar index. Alright, so what happens during London session? There is always a breakout London session, and you want to observe and wait to see exactly where the price is going to go after that, because there will be a reversal at some point. It's not every day, but probably like 70% of the time there is a reversal after London session. As you can see, I marked these reversals. Sometimes it's a huge reversal, sometimes it's not that big, but there will be a reversal. And there is a very good saying I like for the markets. It's bulls make money and bears make money and pigs get slaughtered. So this is exactly what happens every single day. Bears make money, bulls make money, and the pigs get trapped right here. And why you get trapped? Because if you try to trade this, like, what is this, 18 pip range, or sometimes it's like less, like 10 pips. Yeah, you can scalp inside this range, but I don't think it's profitable when you can actually wait for London session and catch pretty much 3 or 4 times that move, and then New York session, same thing on the reverse side. So they're all connected, and it's just a matter of time for you guys to understand exactly how every single day plays. And there is, like, this is one single element from the bigger picture. I'm gonna explain the whole week day by day in another video, because it's pretty much, it's complex. You know, you have to know the smaller keys, which are the sessions, and then how they're all together and what to expect at which point of the day. Now, as I said, London session, you can expect a breakout from that range. And I'm going to show you here, this is my indicator. The blue area is the London session. Here we started the breakout a little bit early, and look what happens. Exactly when there is the overlap, the price reversed. Sometimes the price will reverse early, as you see here. Sometimes there will be a reversal right at the New York session starts, or a little bit before. Here it was right at the beginning. Here there was a reversal. Actually, there was 2 reversals in this session, but the second one made the perfect double bottom right here of the previous low and reversed. Now, just, you can backtest this yourself and see if you can agree with me or disagree, and I'll be happy to answer a question. If you have, please leave it down in the comment section. And this will be it for the London session breakout. This is what you can expect every single day. So I forgot to mention for the timing of trading. For example, if you ever had a trade that you took, but it was probably too early or too late. For example, if you traded in this range and you placed your long based off these lows right here, you had your stop right underneath, then you got stopped out, and the price obviously continued without you. That's the reason why I want to tell you again. I cannot stress that enough. Just don't trade Asian session. This is the worst time to trade, and most of the time there will be a fake out of the Asian session to hit some stops and capture the liquidity that has been created during this Asian session hours, and then the price will continue wherever it was actually supposed to continue. Like this right here, it's a perfect example. Just look at this. This is your Asian session. You have the range. If you're a buyer and you buy inside this range, let's say you bought here and you're thinking, okay, perfect, price continue up right away, and you place your stop right underneath this box. Just look what happens. Price will come exactly 5 to 6 pips, maybe if they widen the spread just to capture a little bit more of the liquidity underneath the range, and then it will shoot up. But if you actually wait to see this formation right here and then the breakout of the range, you can literally just enter right here in this candle or on this small pullback, and you can just enter with the same amount of risk that you took the previous trade, and your trade will be pretty much risk-free all the way up. That's 60 pips. Let's see if we can find another example. This one was a little bit trickier, but pretty much the same thing happened. Asian range, fake out to the downside to collect stops, spike to the upside 40 pips. Then another move down, and this was a perfect double bottom here, and you could have, even if you waited all this, like this whole move, you can still capture pretty nice move of 50 plus pips off of the lows of this current day, which was Wednesday. Alright, thank you for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe the video and stay tuned for more. Thank you.